Today you were flying the F-15E Strike Eagle into the enemy territory. Today count hostile radar sites using the legendary CBU-97 cluster bomb. But that's not all. We're dodgy Sims, threading the needle between missile lock zones and unleashing absolute destruction from the sky. Will we survive the mission? Will the enemy even see us coming? How accurate is this bad boy in DCS World? Stick around because you do not want to miss this Siege Strike masterpiece. Let's do this! Red Wolf, White Wolf, White Wolf, Havoc.
How's it going, everyone? This is a breakdown of advanced siege strike using the F15E Strike Eagle. I'm using a combination of JSOW and CBU-97s. This isn't a full tutorial, so basic knowledge of radar or teapot operation is expected. The goal here is to neutralize a SAM site with minimal exposure. The ground radar on the F15E Strike Eagle can scan terrain for targets from at least 40 miles away with great precision. You can scan it further away than 40 miles, however, it does not allow you to get to the maximum zoom level. Notice how a large portion of the target area is shadowed in darkness, just like the future of sim games, the Dark Age. So what this means is that there's something in front, and there's a physical object in front of the target area. That is most likely a hilltop. So it is between two hilltops. Therefore, we need to increase our altitude to be able to scan the target area. Once we get to 40 miles to a target, we're able to get a clear picture. Notice how on the ground radar we have this horizontal line which indicates that there's a radar emitting in the area. What we're going to do here is I'm going to wait until I get a second picture that has a better quality and more of the terrain exposed before I return to low altitude flight. Now that that's done, I'm able to take a picture by freezing that image, and the picture that I've saved can be used to designate targets accurately. I will now decrease the gain of the picture so I can pinpoint where the radar emission is coming from. This is very clear on the radar screen, which means that I can designate a target on the emission and fire a JSOW towards it. I no longer need to be flying at this altitude. And as I speed towards the target at low level flight, I then prepare to engage with the CBU-97s. Before I set the drop modes or deploy modes there, I'm going to set the fuse to detonate at 1500 feet, so the bomblets can cover a larger area. I do this by going to the armaments page and then load air-to-ground delivery, and then fuse. On the right side, I can select the altitude in feet. I'm going to be using the following modes: auto, triple, single, and height. And I'm going to be dropping a total of 3 bombs. The spacing is going to be 270. I found this spacing to be fairly decent for what I'm using it for, but you can also tweak to your own liking. The way it works is once I hold down the pickle button and drop the 3 bombs, the target designate area that I've marked is where the middle bomb is going to land. So there's going to be 1 bomb landing before that and after that area, completely covering the entire range. Notice how on the target designate triangle has a line that indicates the direction of where we are coming from. So we have to maneuver accordingly so the path of the bombs align with the objects on the ground so we can hit them effectively. Allow me to demonstrate what we're going to be doing. Now this is the important part here. I'm placing the target designate at the center of the SAM site.